We don't want to be like everybody else. And in doing that, we might lead ourselves to having a bad life, a life where you're basically trying to impress other people. That's what trying to get an extraordinary life is. You're trying to have something where other people look at you and they say, wow. But in doing that, you're chasing something that you don't know if it's there or not. And in doing that, you might not be yourself. You'll go out of that path of what should be your path. So instead of focusing on trying to have this perfect life, you should focus more on having a life that is worth living to you. But let's see what this YouTube channel is talking about. Let's get started.
I am David Attenborough, and I am 93. I've had the most extraordinary life.
While in college, this documentary quote sounded like, "Honey, there's potential for one to reach the end of life and have no regrets. It had all been seen, done, and experienced. A grand carpe diem, as if all of life could be seized that way." But as college led to adulthood, I've had a creeping feeling of constantly wondering, is this it? The mundane nature of daily life shocked me. I was spending much more time doing laundry, washing dishes, and just trying to stay afloat than any mysticism of youth in the big city would have.
What's better? Living a life of ups and downs, highs and lows? Because if you try to chase highs, there's gonna be lows right after it. You can't live in a life where it has to be stable. You can't always be living in highs where every day is like something's happening. If that's the case, then your life is chaos. Is that what you want?
Honest. But there had been something I've always wanted to do. The chance to see a live volcano explosion over sunrise in Guatemala. I was sure this was the cure for the mundane. Something radically extraordinary.
Wait. Sorry to pause this, but I want to know, how often do volcanoes explode? Oh, there are about 50 to 70 volcano eruptions worldwide every year, and 40 to 50 active at any given time. However, exact frequency depends heavily on specific volcanoes. Some erupt nearly continuously, while others sleep for hundreds of thousands of years. Damn. Yeah, it's kind of cool, I guess. But what's the guy's plan? To go there and take photos of the volcano? Experience a volcano? How does that in any way improve your life? Does it make sense? What would improve your life is being other people, being around other people, being around communities, doing things you love, having hobbies with people you like hanging around with. Those things actually make you feel good, feel better. I mean, this is also cool, like seeing a live, active volcano. You can be like, oh, wow. You can tell your friends, oh, I've seen an active volcano right in front of me. But you're doing too much. For what reason? It's not an accomplishment. It's not really you achieving anything, is it? It's just you going there and taking a picture. It has nothing to do with you. That's not extraordinary. But maybe he's going to point that out. Maybe let him finish.
Fueled by the desire for something different. This is a story about the pursuit of an extraordinary life and how it didn't work out in the end.
Wait, how do you know? It's not the end of your life. This kid is young.
Welcome to Antigua, Guatemala, a colorful home base for the Acatenango volcano.
Look
trek.
at that.
We've been on the road backpacking for a bit now, but this was the stop I was waiting for. It's the morning of, and I'm so freaking excited.
Stones we carry, clothes we lived in, all the tales we will tell our children. Oh, we're
looks cool.
taking the high road.
Alright, we're at the trailhead. We got our hiking stick. We're unstoppable. Let's go. I lied. We were not unstoppable. This was one of the most humbling experiences in my life. The quick elevation gain made my lungs gasping for air. This person brought liquor to bring them through, though.
Oh, wow.
So now we're about halfway up this volcano. It's so freaking cold. Oh my god. We had a cute packed lunch that reminded me of middle school and continued on our way. I'm sure the views were beautiful, but while trudging up a steep incline, my eyes were on the ground the whole time.
Wow.
We hiked through a cloud forest for a while, unsure if we'd ever make it through the fog. After a bit, sunlight broke through and the sky was flooded with blue. There's something surreal about being above the clouds.
That looks
Weird
beautiful.
juxtaposition of a plain seat view granted by the gravel below. On tough hikes like this, I often forget why I've gotten myself into it in the first place until a view like
Wow.
this reminds me all over again. We reached base camp in 5 hours, keeping the
Damn.
remaining 2 hours up for the sunrise in the morning. It was already an incredible view, but I kept telling myself, just wait until the morning. That'll be the main act. The clouds slowly danced along as the volcano erupted around every 30 minutes. It didn't feel real. This was an act of nature so grand, acting on the world with or without me. It made me feel small, but
It's still cool though, the volcano erupting. It's pretty cool. Wow. But
in a good way. Like,
still, you just standing there watching. That doesn't mean you have an extraordinary life.
being content with your insignificance. As the sun set,
Ooh.
the streaks of lava became more apparent. There's a vivid crimson red that streaked across the skies. I stayed out to take pictures as long as I could, but the below freezing temperatures were getting to my fingers and toes. We stayed in a cabin hosting 16 like sardines. I tossed and turned the whole night. I couldn't wait for the morning. This was the moment I've been waiting for.
I bet it's hard sleeping in that high of elevation where the atmosphere is much thinner, right? Damn, I wonder how he slept.
But the morning greeted us with fierce winds, a deeper
his eyes are
fog,
red.
and icy rain.
Did
Thunder
not
echoed
sleep,
in the
huh?
distance as a full moon diffused like a halo above. I could barely see in front of myself with the last 2 hours of Akatanango.
Is this guy a poet? The way he's talking, this seems like poetry. It's nice.
Oxygen kept thinning out, and tiny steps took all my effort. The whole way up, I believed it would clear. It had to be, because if I didn't believe it would, climbing would have been absurd. We reached the top and waited. Waited and waited until it would clear, and it never did. The wind continued to howl, and a part of me was glad the team decided to call it off. I don't think I would have
What?
come down on my own. Stubborn me would have just frozen to a statue while waiting for the view I thought I was promised.
This view right here is nice too. Look at these pine trees with the big ass cones. Damn, if that drops on his head, is that cone the size of his head? Oh, watch out for the cones instead of the rocks. Damn. But it's still a beautiful scene with, what is this, amber fog? It's kind of cool.
That extraordinary sunrise never came to fruition. Things were nice, but I was holding off being fully happy.
That's also
for an
nice
uncertain
right there.
future. I'd been waiting and yearning for a future that never came. Meanwhile, life was happening all around me and things were nice. I just don't think I cared to notice. This is it. This is life. There feels a need to chase shiny things to have an extraordinary life. But I'm learning more and more it's learning to be where you are. Desire is a funny thing. It can be a compass towards the life you want, but if you only focus on what you lack, it just seeds unhappiness. The grass is greener where you water it.
That's true. Also, like, what was the point of this? Like, how does this make your life more extraordinary? Just seeing something beautiful? You can find beauty in a lot of things. You don't have to, not only grand things are beautiful, you can also find beauty if you look down, like, if you look down on like a molehill. And sometimes when I was younger, I would get lost in just like looking at nature, like microscoping down to a little like size and seeing how big that is for these ants. It's like a big world. It's like just the nature itself. And you see underground, there's a bunch of worms, microbes, a bunch of different. You can find beauty in just looking like it, very small. It doesn't have to be grand things. It's literally, beauty can be found in a lot of different places. But you chasing the most beautiful scenes does not make your life extraordinary. Because you're not even doing nothing. You're just climbing. You're just hiking. You're not inventing nothing. You're not really coming up with new ideas. An extraordinary person, if he's is not really chasing what other people are doing, he's not following everybody else, is more like, he's more pioneering in his own thing, right? Because if you just following others, are you really extraordinary? You just a normal person. You just one person in a crowd of people. But yeah, I guess that was pretty cool seeing that volcano. Maybe I might see it in real life. I might try doing that, but I feel like the effort is not worth that, whatever happened to him. Even if he did see that nice, beautiful sunrise, was it worth it? I don't think so, but let me know if you do. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.